fucking, what's it called? TikTok needs to get a grip.
Oh.
I watched 2 or 3 TikToks on Arcane Season 2, and now my timeline is flooded with nothing but Arcane nonsense.
Riddled. There's no moderation.
Some of it's good, some of it's just utter dick sucking that needs to stop. Just people obsessed and like just spouting the worst type of shit.
The worst ticks you've ever seen with your eyes.
They're just awful. However, I did find a few cool things.
Ooh.
That I just want to recap, since that's what we talked about last episode.
Indeed.
Spoiler alert, kind of, not really. You remember the necklace that Echo gave to Powder in the alternate universe?
Yeah.
Well, it is, I think most people saw it as a rose at first, or a flower, and it is, but if you zoom in closer, it shows Echo and Powder on the petals.
Ah!
Echo's on one side and Powder's on the blue side.
When did he find time to make that?
I know, it's so cool. Also, the dance is animated at I think it was 4 frames a second or something. And 4 seconds is the amount of time his machine can go back.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah, there are a few other things that I'll probably end up sending you directly, but they're more in depth.
Yeah.
But, and another one was that most people don't think Jinx is dead.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the explosion, there's a pink shimmer right before it all explodes, and that's what happens when she uses her super speed.
That was her body getting launched into the wall at super speed.
I don't know. But then it also shows that it probably was. It also obviously hints that because Caitlyn looks at the vents or whatever, and that's the same direction apparently that she launched herself at, that Jinx launched herself at.
Nah, that broad's dead. I have noticed in my viewings of everything that the writing team and the art team were not on the same page ever.
That's probably true. The other thing that points that it could be is that in the first episode of season 1, Powder says that she wants to ride one of the air balloons out of here.
Yeah.
And that's the final scene of the last episode.
I'm not convinced. You're all coping.
Okay. Well, I agree that most people are coping. I'm not entirely convinced. However, something really cool is that Arcane achieved history.
Ooh.
Do you have any guess what they might have achieved on season 2?
Is it their views? They're most viewed in a certain period of time?
You're pretty close. It's the ratings.
Ah.
Which is related to views. But Arcane season 2 was the first show in history to receive all 9 out of 10 or higher on their episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
The first? Really?
The first ever. And that includes things like Breaking Bad, The Wire, Game of Thrones, Sopranos, all the things. I know that's probably not relevant to you. But those are quoted as some of the best shows in television history.
Fascinating.
And it's the only show in IMDb history to been given 9 rating or higher. I'm going to quickly go through it because I think they're interesting. Season 1, and this is episodes 1 through 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to quickly rattle them off. 8.5, 8.5, 9.6 on season 3, or episode 3, season 1. 8.7, 8.9, and then episodes 6, 7, and 8 of season 1 got a 9.2.
Ah.
And then the finale of season 1 got a 9.6. But season 2 was 9.1, 9.1, 9.6, 9.3. Episode 5 was 9.6. Episode 6 was a 9.8. Which is funny because we kind of talked about that as being not filler, but a lead up episode.
Yeah.
But it was still really good, obviously. Episode 7 was a 9.5. Episode 8 somehow was only a 9.2.
Wow.
And then episode 9 of the season 2 was a 9.5.
Amazing. Wow.
I know, right?
high praise across the board by everyone.
Indeed, especially the finales. Those are two of the higher rated ones.
Yeah.
And finales are hard to do.
Yeah, they're usually the worst rated half the time.
They indeed, both by the critics and by the fans. Finales are so awful most of the time. And that includes for shows that I like. But anyways, I thought that was really cool.
It's fascinating.
It is. It's very neat. However, we're not here to talk about that
Not anymore.
Not as, disregarding all the things we've already talked about it. Welcome everybody to episode 143 of You Ridiculous.
Woo!
Last week, as mentioned, we finally finished Arcane Season 2.
We did indeed.
It was great.
That's right. If you couldn't tell.
We loved it. If you couldn't tell. As much as I am annoyed to seeing it berate my timeline on my TikTok, it's still really good. However, this week's topic is Game of the Year 2024 nominees.
That's right.
Wolf, we're going to be going through our picks for who should win each category. Both who we're voting for and who we think are going to win.
Yep.
Although sometimes it often overlaps.
Yeah.
But, you ready? Let's get right into this.
Sure. It was not a great year for games this year.
It really wasn't. Let's get that right out of the way. Let's start. What was your favorite game of the year that you played? There weren't many.
There weren't many. Did I even play anything new this year? That's the thing. I didn't play anything new.
Oh, so that's even worse.
I just played stuff I was playing last year. Cult of the Lamb, Overwatch. Still waiting for Sun-Kissed City to come out. True.
We played quite a bit of Stardew as well.
We did.
Which was just updates. Yeah. Well, the best game I played, again, I also am like you, played a lot of stuff that came out last year or before. Played a lot of Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Played a lot of Assassin's Creed games, but those aren't new. Best game I played that came out this year was probably Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Tracks.
Which it is on this list in a couple categories, I think, maybe just one. It was a solid game. Nothing like mind-blowing, but it was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a great game. Definitely not like last year. Last year was good. Last year was so good.
I guess I played the demo for Secrets of the Mimic. That counts, I guess. There's DLC on here.
Yeah, there is DLC somehow. But well, speaking of DLC, let's get right into... I guess, how about I list the categories and you list the games?
Okay.
All right. Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers an absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields.
Nominated are Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio.
Now, three things I have to say about this before I even get into voting.
All right.
Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, that's a DLC.
Yeah, man.
I don't count that.
It's bullshit.
I don't care if anybody else counts that, but personally, I don't count it when I'm voting for Game of the Year.
I've never done that before.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Exactly. I don't count it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, this is a rebirth. This is a rebirth game.
Yeah.
Is this not just like an updated version of one?
I guess it's a remaster or something. I don't care. There's a lot of Final Fantasies being re-released.
Yeah, I don't count it really. And I've literally... We Wolf and I follow the gaming world quite extensively. I have literally never heard of Metaphor ReFantazio.
They just needed another one.
I've not heard a single person talk about it. No, that's no knock to the game or the studio, but I just don't know what it is.
I have a knock to the game. It looks like a Persona ripoff.
That is we did say that before. we did say that. It does look like a Persona ripoff, shot for shot. I'll say it. What's your game of the year?
I'm probably gonna vote for Astrobot. I haven't played it, but I have seen it. I'm pretty sure it's free, or like there's a demo for it that's free, just like included with your PlayStation, the thing. And it looks great. It's like a little puzzle game.
It is, yeah. I can't vote for Astrobot because I detest the art style.
No!
It's I don't know what it is. I can't even pinpoint it. It looks like a 2006 Sonic or Mario game. I just don't like it. And I know I'm going to get blasted for saying that graphics have nothing to do with the game, but it's my vote.
Yeah.
So fuck you. I'm voting for Balatro. This is a very unique poker roguelike deck builder.
Ah.
And that is one of the most convoluted things of a game I've ever heard. And I haven't played it yet, but I've seen other people's play it, and I've heard nothing but amazing things, both from friends and from people online.
Ooh.
So this is not the first or last time I'll be voting for Balatro.
All right. I haven't seen anything for it.
I think Elden Ring is going to win.
Oh, yeah. Elden Ring doesn't deserve it, because it's not even a game. It's a DLC, but it's going to win.
Yep. Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Nominated is, once again, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Wukong.
Same one.
The exact same lineup.
Yeah. This one, I'm just once again going to vote for Balatro because it's literally the same people.
Elden Ring can have this one. It can't be Game of the Year, but it can have this.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I'll probably still vote for Balatro just because I want them to win something or multiple things. But, Elden Ring, I'd also be fine if Elden Ring won this one.
Yeah.
But likely Elden Ring is going to win.
Yeah. Game of the Year and Best Game Direction. It's usually the same game for each category, both categories.
Most of the time, yeah. They should honestly just
combine them.
Get rid of that second category. Best Narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development.
This time we have Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor Fantasio, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2.
What are you voting for?
I guess Silent Hill 2, because it's a familiar name.
Yeah, I was either going to go for Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, or Silent Hill. Like a Dragon is like one of those Yakuza games.
Oh, maybe I switched to that.
So, yeah, I think I was going to go for Like a Dragon, but Silent Hill is also pretty familiar. Once again, the other ones, I'm just not going to vote for.
Never heard of them.
They're just not on my radar. It's nothing against the game. They're just, I don't know them.
I haven't seen, a mention on them through, my Twitter For You page.
Right.
Insane.
Agreed. Best Art Direction for outstanding and creative technical achievement in artistic design and animation.
All of them from Game of the Year, except for Neva.
Right.
Which I don't know what that is.
This one is a story about a woman and a pet wolf or sort of spirit animal traveling through a dying world.
All right.
The art style, this is the one I'm voting for because the art style is really cool. If you're familiar with Hollow Knight, or not Hollow Knight, what's that Will o' the Wisp?
Will o' the Wisp.
Or Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh.
Because that's the Will o' the Wisp is the second one. If you're familiar with Ori and the Blind Forest, or yeah, it looks like those.
Okay.
I can't think of the other name. Oh, Silk Song. What's that Silk Song game?
I think that's Hollow Knight.
Okay, it kind of looks like those. It's a little bit different, but it's similar enough. So I'm voting for that because it's cool.
Okay, I'll vote for that because most of them don't deserve it. The Refutatio one is derivative. Elden Ring and Wukong, they're just trying to look realistic as possible, and I've talked about realism in video games. And Astrobot, It's just simple. It's just Astrobot.
Yeah, and we agree about the realism in video games, and we've seen these before.
Yeah.
They looks like every other Dark Souls game alive.
Yeah.
So I can't vote for this best art direction when we've seen it 50 times. Elden Ring is probably going to win.
Unfortunately.
Best score in music, that's obvious.
Astrobot. Astrobot, Final Fantasy, Red Fantasio, I guess Metaphor, that's the easiest one to say. Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade.
This one, I have seen the trailer for Astrobot, and the music actually kind of slaps, I think.
It does. It's really funny that Stellar Blade is on here.
Oh, why is that? I've not heard of this one.
It's just like a Gooner game. It made it so it made waves because you could be damn near naked as the main girl.
Yeah. I do. Gooner game is a good way to describe it. Yeah, I'm voting for Astrobot. Honestly, Final Fantasy probably gonna win.
Yeah, one of those. Astrobot.
Or Astrobot.
Astrobot on principle.
Yeah. Best audio design. Again, self-explanatory, recognizing the best game audio and sound design.
Nominated Astrobot, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy, Senua's Saga, and Silent Hill 2.
Also, once again, voting for Astrobot for the same reason.
Yeah.
You watch the trailer, you'll understand.
Yeah. It might be going to Call of Duty, though.
This one I could see Call of Duty going to, and I'm okay with it, honestly.
Yeah, that's my second choice.
The audio designs of, like, guns and, like, war and stuff, like, obviously, those topics aren't exactly, like, desirable.
Yeah.
But the audio design for them is always really good.
Yeah, really well done. So many plinks, and clinks. It's addictive.
I know. It's so satisfying. Best performance awarded to the individual voiceover acting, motion, and or performance capture.
We've got Brianna White from Final Fantasy, Hannah Tell from Life is Strange, Humberly Gonzalez from Star Wars Outlaw, Luke Roberts from Silent Hill 2, and Melina Juergens from Senua's Saga.
I'm only familiar with a couple of these, and I'm going to vote for Hannah Tell, Life is Strange Double Exposure. Because I think everyone in Life is Strange does a pretty good job.
I'll abstain from this one because I've never heard any of these people speak. But it's probably going to Luke Roberts just for the Silent Hill 2 thing. For who he's probably attached to.
Innovation in accessibility. Now, this is a like up-and-coming category almost. For a while, Game Awards, it was much lower on the list, which means it's like not as important typically. But they've risen the ranks in this one, which I think is great. But it's recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
Yeah. Nominated: Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age The Veilguard, Prince of Persia, and Star Wars Outlaws.
Okay. Again, nothing against the last 3 games. I do want to talk about the first 2. Call of Duty Black Ops. Not only they did... Oh, hang on. I just closed my tab.
Oh, no. Oops. I'm surprised to even see Black Ops on here, so they probably did something amazing I didn't hear about.
They did, if I can find my... Okay, sorry. A big thing, they obviously have a high contrast mode, which most games have these days. They also, for some reason, have an arachnophobia mode.
Oh.
So apparently there's some amount of spiders in this game. What's really cool, and which is why I think they're one of the reasons they're getting the nod, is they have an asymmetrical hearing compensation mode, which means if you're hearing impaired in one ear versus the other, you can customize it to have audio dominant, more dominant in one ear than the other.
Yeah.
On top of that, they also have a reduced tinnitus noise, which means if you are sensitive to ringing in your ears, they can somehow, they have made it so that's reduced, which is super cool. And then lastly, they have accessibility for oriented peripherals, which is more of related to the Xbox, I believe, but it's still pretty cool. On top of that, for Diablo, this is by Blizzard, the company that makes Diablo 4. They focused mostly on visual components. They have, I'm looking for what they called it exactly.
Ooh.
They have, specifically for the blind and low vision community in mind. They didn't go into as much of a depth, but apparently there's a numerous amount of settings for vision impairment.
Interesting.
Which is really cool.
That makes sense.
However, it's funny that these are some of the top studios, Activision and Blizzard, that they have decided to devote accessibility for 2 very different things.
Yeah.
Hearing and vision. Arguably the 2 most important things in gaming. I'm going to vote for Black Ops 6. I have hearing impairment of my own, so that's pretty important.
I'll go Black Ops 6. That's pretty cool. See, what Diablo's doing, that's like, other people have done that. I've never heard of the things Black Ops is doing.
I agree. I think you're 100% right. Games for Impact. This is another really cool game. For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Haters on the internet will call this the woke award, and they're wrong. Because I think this is another really cool award.
Right.
Unfortunately, though, I don't know many of these games.
Yeah, these ones snuck right by.
The Obviously, we're familiar with Life is Strange.
Yeah, but the other ones are Closer the Distance from
Oh,
Osmotic Studios, Indica by Odd Meter, Neva by Nomada Studios and Devolver, Senua's Saga, I didn't know that was an indie one, Ninja by Ninja Theory, and Tales of Kinzara by Surgent Studios.
Viewers of the live stream Game Awards last year remember that Tales of Kinzara was one of the featured games that they were showing off. Indica is the only one I can really comment on besides Life is Strange, and Neva, which we've already talked about.
Yeah.
Indica is you play as a Russian nun, and your companion is literally the devil.
Oh, cool.
So I've never heard of this game up until now, but it kind of sounds intriguing.
It's starting to caught my attention.
Close to the Distance is it's a slice of life sim that deals with the loss of family members. So if that's your jive, go for it. I think Life is Strange is going to win, likely just because of the name.
I don't think they're getting it. And I don't want them to get it. I didn't like Life is Strange. I hate it so much.
Oh, that's fair. I just think most people will vote for it because they know it.
Yeah, I think if not, just because of the knowing thing, it might go to Neva just because they're partnered with Devolver and they're the people who made Cult of the Lamb.
Right, and Devolver, especially right now, not just because of Cult of the Lamb's success, but like Devolver as a studio itself is growing, and especially a bit of notoriety online, we'll say, just because of how they handle all their social media.
Yeah.
Which is great. We love it. So I could see voting for them as well and them winning.
I'm voting for Closer the Distance because while you were talking, I went and watched the trailer, and I think I'm going to play it when we're done here.
I did the same thing earlier today when I was reading about all these games that I wasn't super familiar with.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like I wanted to play it as well. So, Close to the Distance might be worth checking out.
Slurped us right in. Hopefully it's not another Bear and Breakfast.
That's true. Bear and Breakfast was so cool in theory, but such a flop.
Disappointed me greatly.
It really did. You played for like an hour and a half and got like nowhere.
Yeah. I didn't get to the bed part until like 4 hours in.
Yeah. Best Ongoing, awarded for the game Outstanding Development and Ongoing Content that evolves the player experience over time.
Nominated is Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2.
Now, before anything, the game that I'm going to mention in a second is nominated for a different category. How the fuck is No Man's Sky not on here?
Because they got it last year. I think they've gotten it like 2-3 years in a row.
They deserve it.
No, at this point, they don't deserve it anymore because the whole time it's just them fixing the game they were supposed to release in the first place.
Okay, you're right.
They can't keep getting best of the year for doing what they were supposed to do in the first place.
Part of me wants to vote for Fortnite because we've talked about at fairly length at like the strides that Fortnite has made in the gaming world. But I really hate their decision of releasing Fortnite OG because it's literally just like a grab for gamers. Like they're just trying to draw old people back in.
Yeah.
They're not actually doing anything interesting with it.
Yeah, we just reverted all our changes from the last, 8 years.
Right. Like, so I don't know. I might abstain. I might vote for Fortnite, but
I think I'd vote for Helldivers too. I don't see a lot of talk about it anymore. But every time I see a little peek into it, it's a game that even though it's like an online game, it keeps changing. Almost in a way similar to Fortnite, except the changes are more, I guess, widespread or there's consequences.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And the community also has because the game is it's online, but it's like evolving, as you said, as more people play it, and like the enemy, the bugs or whatever the hell they are, and the robots can like recapture sections that like the community of players have taken. So it's like always interactive. So yeah, I guess I'll vote for Helldivers as well. You've convinced me. And like the first 3 months of this game was released was so fire. It was peak.
I've heard.
Just the memes alone. I played for a little bit. It wasn't really my like kind of game that I want to play for a long time, but the memes alone are so fun.
I see.
Best Community Support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support.
Nominated is Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky.
I'm torn between voting for No Man's Sky because it has done amazing community support, but like you said, all the years have just been fixing what they promised.
God, we can only give it to him so many times for that.
Yeah, and then my other option is voting for Baldur's Gate. Other than like fixing bugs and stuff, they've only recently released new patches that have been doing anything meaningful.
Right.
And like I think at the end of December this year or early in January, we're gonna get a patch that adds new subclasses to the game, but that doesn't like change the game the way other games have been.
Right. I think it'll go to Baldur's Gate 3 just for the social media aspect, because I know all the devs and the voice actors are really active with the fandom online.
They are, and people are so horny for every character in the game, and the voice actors.
Yeah.
Good lord, the voice actors are horny for their own characters.
They sure are.
God. Best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system.
Nominated is Animal, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Neva, and UFO 50.
This is a category. I'll say it. The amount of great games here, Balatro, Animal, and UFO 50, all great.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard of UFO 50.
UFO 50 is you buy it and then it's like a collection of like 50 arcade games you can play with friends.
Yeah, you told me about this.
I had talked to you about this I briefly mentioned it. It's really cool. Animal Well is like this puzzle platformer game. It's really, really cool. They do a lot of interesting visuals and lighting techniques that incorporate those into the puzzles themselves.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I'm probably voting for either Balatro or UFO 50. I haven't decided yet.
I'll just follow your vote.
Yeah. Honestly, I think probably Balatro just because of how unique the game is.
Yeah.
Again, it's a roguelike deck builder poker game. Like that's such a wild mouthful to say.
Got a lot going on.
But honestly, Animal Wild, Balatro, or UFO 50, all really good. Neva's also a cool game, but I don't think it does. I think it could win other categories, not this one.
Yeah, it's more low key.
Yeah. And Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, I don't know what that is.
Did I?
So, good luck to that one. Best debut indie game for the best debut game created by a new independent studio.
This time we have Animal, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire. I'm voting for Pacific Drive.
I was gonna ask you if you know this game.
Yeah, I do indeed. I think Jacksepticeye play it, and it's so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He cuts around a lot of the like world sim part because it's a lot. But it's like you go into this like weird anomaly zone and you're stuck there and you're trying to get out. And now you've got this not magical car because it's science fiction, but it's magic. And you're trying to piece it together, find parts to repair your car so that you can basically create another anomaly that'll make an exit so that you can leave.
Oh, cool.
An anomaly within the anomaly.
I'll vote for that. I don't want to suck Balatro's dick too hard. I actually haven't played the game. I just know it does deserve some categories. Plucky Squire would have gotten my vote if it wasn't a fucking letdown.
Oh, was it bad?
Holy shit. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything remarkable. It was just another game that's going to be forgotten about.
Shame.
It could have been so cool. The premise of it was like you're a storybook character and you've come to life out of the storybook and you can go back into it and solve puzzles. It's kind of platformery, but it was just like, it was so bland.
Ah, damn.
I don't know. It's just like a 6 out of 10 game. It just wasn't that interesting.
I see.
It could have been great though. It was just really disappointing.
I'm looking at the like trailer for Manor Lords. It looks like something I might like. It looks like one of those like management community sims, but with more love put into it.
Yeah.
But
a lot of those are like shill games.
Yeah, asset flips. I play just because I like the mechanics.
Right.
This one looks great.
This I have heard good things about this one actually from a few people. I think Balatro might win possibly Pacific Drive if it is really like well supported.
Probably Balatro. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about Pacific Drive, unfortunately.
But worth checking out. Sounds like.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
That's right.
Best mobile game. This category shit just says, who gives a fuck? But it says the best mobile game played on a mobile device.
We've got AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, Endless Zone Zero.
I think Pokemon Pocket's going to win this one.
Yeah.
It's been talked about a lot the past couple months. I don't even know if it's like a game or if you're just like, it's just some like collecting app that is kind of a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's what AFK Journey is. And it's funny because we have way back at the start of You're Ridiculous, we did a parody ad of this exact thing.
We did.
Now it's real.
And they stole from us. Where are the rights?
Unbelievable.
I think Pokemon Pocket's going to win just because it has Pokemon in the title.
If not then the Endless Zone Zero one. I don't know what it is. I've never heard anyone talk about it, but it's a Hoyoverse game. So they're going to bribe their players to go vote for it.
That's true. Best VR AR for the best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform.
We've got Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal, Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening. Why isn't Help Wanted on this? This is bullshit.
True. The only one I've heard anybody ever talk about was Asgard's Wrath 2. I've heard good things. Apparently the voice acting in the game is really good. Other than that, I don't know any of these.
None of these deserve it because, well, maybe Metro Awakening, because that's the only one on here that is specifically made to be VR. It's not just like a VR port of an otherwise normal game.
Yeah, most of these are just VR ports, which is kind of the plague of the category. Because not many games are strictly, like you said, made for VR, just because like the gaming community hasn't gone in on this yet.
Yeah.
So I'll vote for, if you're saying that's the only one specifically made for it, that's the one I'll vote for.
Oh yeah.
Best action game. That's obvious.
Yeah.
I don't need to read the description.
Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer Space Marine 2.
Yeah. People were sucking Black Myth Wukong's dick for so long before it came out.
Yeah.
And then it dropped, and then like 3 days later, everybody forgot about it.
As one does. It was that mid.
It's just another Elden Ring knockoff.
It got that vote because it was popular before it came out for that first half of the year.
Exactly. Everybody loved it before it even came out. And then they're like, it's going to win Game of the Year and all this stuff. And then people dropped it instantly.
Not a peep.
My vote is for Warhammer 40K because the memes of it are really good and it looks really cool.
I'd believe it. It'd be funny if Stellar Blade won it because of what it is.
That would be funny. Oh, actually, I'm going to vote for Warhammer 40K, but I think Helldivers is going to win.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The first 2-3 months of this game dropping was unprecedented, honestly.
Yeah, it's not as chatted about, but people are definitely still playing it in force.
Oh yeah. The memes have died down quite a bit, but there's still a lot of Best action adventure game. Once again, obvious.
We got Astrobot, Prince of Persia The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Star Wars Outlaws was another one I was really excited for, like Plucky Squire, and I even mentioned it several episodes ago.
Yeah. When
we were talking about our excited games for 2024.
Yeah.
And it was just another fucking letdown.
Damn.
Ubisoft has once again decided to blow its load on nothing good about this game. My vote is for Legend of Zelda's Echoes of Wisdom. It's because I played it and it was really good.
My vote's for Astrobot. Because it's Astrobot.
Also a fair one. Yeah, also fair. I think Astrobot's probably going to win this one.
Yeah.
I don't think Legend of Zelda has a chance, but it was a fun game. Best RPG.
We got Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy 7, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor, Rifadadya.
How is Dragon's Dogma 2 on here?
Is it bad or?
This game had numerous bugs and failures and crashes. It couldn't support people playing its own game, and it's not an online game. It was like the world itself was breaking down as you played more of it.
Fascinating.
It had a meme-worthy amount of just utter failure.
It blew it.
Unfortunately, Elden Ring is probably going to win this category.
Yeah, but Like a Dragon deserves it.
I agree.
I think that's the only one in here besides Final Fantasy. That's like a pure RPG.
And is also functional.
Yeah.
Best fighting game designed primarily around head-to-head combat.
We got Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Multiverses, and Tekken 8.
I'm voting for Tekken 8, mostly because it's the one that stays the most true to the category.
I guess Multiverses. That's because I like it. I like the gimmick.
I do like the gimmick. It's not bad. And the Powerpuff Girls go hard.
They do indeed.
Best family. For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform.
Best family. Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire. These are really Nintendo funny. Games.
I know. It's always Nintendo. It's really funny that Legend of Zelda's on here for best family because I don't actually think it's a good family game.
I bet not. It's just cute looking.
Right. It's literally just claymation sort of stuff. It's not actually like a good family game. I'm voting for Super Mario Party Jamboree because one, it is a good family game and the game is really cool.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with Super Mario.
Yeah. But I think Astrobot's probably winning.
You think so?
I think, well...
I feel like puzzle games don't usually win the family genre because family games are usually won by things that kids can play.
Yeah, and Mario Party's just button mashing.
Yeah.
Like, besides the, like, various puzzles, or not puzzles, but, like, games in between each round, but, like, kids can play those, too.
Yeah, I think it'd lose for the same reason Legend of Zelda would lose. It's not the right it's in the right category.
Right, you're right. Best sim strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform.
That one you had to explain to the audience.
I did.
We got Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kunitsigami, Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords, and Unicorn Overlord.
I'm voting for Manor Lords on this one.
Same. Wait, let me look up.
The only one I really remember, I'm not voting for Age of Mythology Retold because it's a fucking just reboot game.
Yeah. I think Frostpunk 2 stands a chance.
I was going to say Frostpunk 2 is the only one I think is even going to come close.
I haven't played or seen that one, but the first one was really good.
I heard quite a bit about the first one, and I've heard some good things about the second one, but not enough yet.
Unicorn Overlord.
The category that really nobody cares about, best sports and racing game.
Wow, I can't believe it even released this year. We've got F1.
How many, go ahead.
F1 24, EA Sports FC 25, NBA 2K 25, Top Spin 2K 25, and WWE 2K 24.
Wow, who really gives a shit?
Awful.
They're just money games.
What the fuck? I can't believe people play these.
They're literally just money grabbing games.
They're $60 games and you guys choose to play these.
And they're the same every release. 2K25 is the same as 2K24 is the same as 2K23. They're all the same. They only have updated graphics.
And I guess the people.
And the people. But honestly, who cares? Watch the game.
Yeah.
Watch the sport. Why are you playing a video game around it?
Swallow your pride and get into fantasy football. Because that's clearly what you want.
Really? Just do anything else. Do anything. God. Skip this category. Fuck it. Best multiplayer for outstanding multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op, multiplayer experiences, and irrespective of platform and genre.
You got Call of Duty, Helldivers, Spa, Super Mario, Tekken, and Warhammer.
Okay, Tekken is laughable. It doesn't stand a chance on this one. Tekken's a great game, but look at the first 3 in the category.
Tekken is multiplayer by like technicality.
It really is, because you need an opponent. You can't play without someone else. It's not multiplayer in the same, kind of theme.
I think Helldivers too.
I was going to say, it's got to be Helldivers, right?
Insane if not.
Right, I agree. Best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game.
Oh, we got Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon Yakuza, and Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. I didn't know the Yakuza one existed.
Yeah, and apparently it's quite good.
You should advertise it more, though I guess it is on Amazon.
Right, yeah, well, that's the problem. All they did was advertise Rings of Power.
Yeah.
I also actually heard that the Tomb Raider was quite good as well.
Ooh. Is it like truly animated or is that just the key art?
I am not sure. I just heard it was good.
Suspicious.
I haven't actually checked it out yet. What are you voting for?
I'm torn between Arcane and Fallout because I really enjoyed both of them.
Oh, the Tomb Raider one is actually animated.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give
the style, yeah. I heard it was good. Okay. People are gonna be mad.
Okay.
As much as I love Arcane, it's actually not that, there's a lot of creative differences from that in the game.
Yeah, they're actually having to change the game to reflect the adaptation.
Right. And all the creative changes are great. Like, the show is excellent. But Fallout was really, true to so much of the game. I gotta vote for that.
That's fair. You've broken the tie.
Especially since Arcane and, they didn't adapt it to League of Legends. They just took characters from it.
That is true.
Right? It's not like they made the Battle Royale, which is what League of Legends is.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, it's not truly an adaptation. It's just like a show about
from the characters,
League of Legends,
and the lore.
Same as Knuckles.
Yeah, Knuckles. Yeah, my votes are Fallout, but honestly, I'm either one can win.
I'm happy either way.
Yeah, they were both great. Most anticipated game, once again, obvious.
We got Death Stranding. There's a Death Stranding 2! Well, obviously that one. But Ghost of Yote, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4, and Monster Hunter Wilds.
How am I just now hearing that there's a Death Stranding 2? I follow Kojima on Twitter and Blue Sky, or maybe just Twitter, whatever. How did I not know?
This is their announcement. They show up in the Game Awards nominees.
It has to be GTA 6.
Tragically, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. As unfortunate as it is, it has to be that.
People have been waiting for it for years.
Literally a decade. Also, how is Silk Song not on here?
Yeah, too indie. And buy their way in.
You're probably right. Content Creator of the Year.
We've got Casio, Illo1, Teco Gamers, Typical Gamers, and USADA Pecora.
It's Queso.
Oh, Queso.
The only one I know on here is Queso, and I have seen a few clips of him, and he's pretty funny. I don't watch him, but I'm voting for him.
Every time I see this category, I'm like, who are these people?
Who are you? I'm literally that meme from SpongeBob where Patrick comes home and there's the eyeballs under his rock. And he's like, who are you people?
This has to be the most random assortment of people when what do you call it? Kai Cenat and some other VTuber have been all people I've been talking about for months.
I Show Speed.
I Show Speed. And yeah, I forget the VTuber's name, but she just broke a record on Twitch for most subscribed whatevers.
Iron Mouse.
Iron Mouse, yes.
And she's not on here because she got Content Creator of the Year last year.
So No Man's Sky got nominated 3 years in a row.
I agree, but this is a bullshit category anyways.
Where's Markiplier?
Right. Where are the actual Content Creators of the Year? Who are these people?
They made a fucking movie. These are just channels.
Right, they really are. They really are.
Ridiculous.
Queso's funny because of what his chat says about him. Not because of like what he says. He just responds.
Yeah.
And his chat is constantly roasting him.
Fascinating.
But he just plays like, you know, whatever popular game it is.
I want Usada Pekora to win on principle.
I agree. We like VTubers.
I'm saying that wrong. Pekora.
Yeah, however you say the name. Best esports game. Spoiler alert, half of these haven't changed in a decade.
That's right. We got Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends 1, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, and Valorant. Once again, no Overwatch.
I didn't realize you actually said Bang Bang. I thought you added that. I don't care, man.
I guess Valorant.
I guess. Moving on. Best esports athlete. We don't even need to go over this. It's Faker. If you vote for anyone other than Faker, you're wrong.
Fair.
That's all I have to say about it. Man literally carries League of Legends, has won like 1 billion. He has more skins in the game than 2/3 of the playable characters in it.
It's so funny.
Like, how is it's nobody else? We don't even need to read the other people.
We don't.
No offense to the other people, but it's Faker and it's not even close.
By a long shot.
Best esports team.
We got Billy Gaming, Gen G, Navi, T1, and Team Liquid.
I don't actually know any of these teams, but I really just want to vote for Billy Gaming just on the name.
Billy.
That's just good.
That's fair.
I think T1 is Faker's team.
I see.
It's the only one I know.
I'm glad they all wear all white and like those little white caps, and they're all Asian.
They sure do. Moving on, because again, who cares? Player's voice, an actual game that's worthwhile. This is just where you you vote for your game of the year, your favorite game.
Oh, I see. It's just all of them.
Yeah, it's just all the ones that have been nominated. Yeah,
Genshin Impact's on here.
Yeah, Warframe for some reason is on
Pal
here.
World's on here. They're in the middle of getting sued.
They are getting sued.
What they're getting sued for fascinates me.
Why?
Because they're getting sued for like an actual crime and not like just like their stuff looks similar.
Yeah,
the accusation is they like stole actual technology from Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, the original one was like what came out or the details was like, oh, the game looks too similar, and like it obviously is like very similar, especially if you make direct comparisons. But you know, like they actually like probably stole some stuff,
which is so funny. The audacity. At least
it
you make it look the same and you actually stole something.
Especially from that company. It's like stealing from Disney if you're American.
Indeed.
It's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know who I'll vote for. This one's going to be a thinker.
They need more games on this.
Yeah, like I wish I could have a self-submission, honestly.
Yeah.
But that's it.
It's Genshin Impact on here. Whatever. That's it.
Yeah, we said it from the start. Not much for games this year, to be honest.
So they fired everyone.
It's true. Oh, I heard that Dragon Age Veilguard, really, really, really good game.
Ooh.
If you haven't played that one, go check it out. Dragon Age historically has been pretty solid, but this one takes over the cake. Apparently, if you liked Baldur's Gate, it's not the same because it's obviously not D&D, but it has similar vibes. So if you like that and haven't played Dragon Age the Veilguard, go check it out.
Nice.
So I might vote for that one, but I might vote for something else as well. I don't really know yet, but I'll figure. That's it. That's the Game Awards.
That's Game Awards. There's, I think, by the time we released it, there'll maybe be like a day or two left to vote. So if you haven't yet, hurry up. That's
right. Indeed. Get on it. Stop slacking. Could have not going to be the very interesting Game Awards. I'll say it.
Yeah. Another clip show.
Agreed. But, well, wrapping that up, where's our question of the week?
This week's question of the week is, what should our question of the week be?
Yeah, give us, I'll tell you what I think our question of the week should be this week.
Okay.
What is the game that got robbed that's not on the categories?
Cult of the Lamb.
I agree.
If we're putting DLC on there, they deserve to be on there.
Or various Stardew DLCs.
Yeah, that too.
How is Haunted Chocolatier not an anticipated game?
Right?
Like, that should be an anticipated game.
Absolutely.
How... Yeah, just criminal. Criminal. I wonder how many of these are like who decides to put the nominations on?
A committee of like industry people.
Well, they're idiots.
They are.
Because like, I think, funny enough, as much as I don't care about the category, the most egregious thing I saw was the content creator of the year.
Yeah, that one's always awful for some reason.
That it really is awful. It's like so like delusional.
It's almost disrespectful to a point.
It is. Oh, for sure. My most anticipated game, to answer the question, is Haunted Chocolatier.
Yep.
I'm also quite excited for, even though it's like going through some rough patches right now, I'm quite excited for Assassin's Creed Mirage because I'm a shill for the Assassin's Creed games. However, it might be dog shit, so we'll see.
I see. I'm looking forward to oh fuck, it's gone. It's gone from my brain.
The game.
Yeah, the game.
The game that you've been talking
Secrets of the Mimic.
Oh, that's not the one I thought, but that's fine.
And also Inconvenient.
What's the indie game that keeps getting delayed?
One was Sunkissed City.
Sunkissed City.
And then the other one was Grimshire. I did play the demo,
Grimshire.
and maybe I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, we were also more excited for Sunkissed City.
We were.
Grimshire was one of those ones that's like, what do you call when we talk about anime? What's the ones that we're not sure if it's going to be good or not, but you might watch anyways?
Oh, what did I sometimes I call them the good trash, sometimes.
Oh, yeah, like the trash award.
Yeah.
Or whatever. That was Grimshire. It's like, it might not be good, but we might play it anyway. So yeah, Wolf, take it away.
I'm Wolf, taking things away. Thank you for watching episode 143 of You're Ridiculous. Woo. If you liked all that, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notified of the next episode. If you're watching on a podcast website, be sure to hit the plus and give us 5 stars to support this show. You can follow us across the internet at the main cast or ridiculous_cast on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow Lucas at 7 Angry Wallace with an E, and you can follow me at Rainbow Does without the W. We hope to see you guys all again next week, but until then, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.